Hey everyone, thanks for watching the CB vlog right here on YouTube. If you like these topics of discussion and you like the show and you want to help support it, a nice free way to do that is to go down and hit subscribe right here on YouTube. Otherwise, if you want to help in a more financial way, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/commandersbrew, and help with the donation there and get some cool perks along with it. But without further ado, let's get to today's topic of discussion. Sean, what are we talking about?
For today's topic, I think what came to me was the price of combos. The price. So we're going to talk about like why combo decks tend to get more expensive. Combo is one of sort of the three general archetypes that they apply. I mean, combo can kind of substitute with mid-range, I guess, or maybe I'm wrong on that. But generally, we think of aggro, we think of combo, and we think of control. That's sort of like the where that goes. Mid-range is in there somewhere too. You know, I shouldn't make things up. Maybe combo is different than mid-range. I don't know. But it's another way to play, right?
Right.
It's another style of deck. And they get pricey. Like the deck we're going to feature on episode 207 of our podcast, if you're listening to this episode, has just that issue. It's a combo deck in a sense, but the price just gets up there because of some specific stuff. I'm just going to spend a second and talk about like why combos are so pricey, especially good ones.
Yeah, okay, so the price of the combo is such, and here is why, right? There's a couple different reasons as to why getting a combo together is pricier, specifically here, right? So if we're looking for specific things, we need to have black, we need to tutor for those things, and then if we need a good combo deck, we need those lower CMC lower CMC tutors. And that's where you get pricey, right? Because the efficiency. It's all about efficiency. If we're talking about competitive Magic, you're talking about maximum efficiency, that spike mentality, which you need to have. So if you're trying to put together very specific pieces of your deck, you need to reach into your deck and pull them out, and that costs money. Absolutely.
Right, so and you can't compete if your tutors cost more than your opponent's tutors, because it's like they're getting more done on their turns than you are. You will be behind on tempo/turns because of that.
Yeah, the real reason is that you need to be able to tutor and play the thing in the same turn. So
sure.
Ideally, or at least like hold up one mana, do it on an end step, and then if it's like a vampiric tutor or something,
or hold up protection while you do it. Like cheaper is just better in Magic.
Right. You want demonic tutor and then play the threat. Like that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's what you want to do. And like those ones are expensive, right? And then so that's assembling your combo. That's we're talking about the pieces, but like the pieces themselves also can get expensive depending on what they are. Right? Some kinds of combos have interchangeable pieces. Like, you just need a creature and some things. Or you need something that makes a token and some things. So, like, the creatures are very easy. You could do lots of different creatures. Creatures that make tokens, also possible. That's also kind of a thing. But one area that kind of gets tricky is if you have to sacrifice a creature, right? I mean, I'll just take a little detour and say that's why Skull Clamp is so amazing, because it self-kills the creature and draws you those 2 cards. The intended design story was that it didn't give the -1 on the toughness just before they ended up printing it, so the story goes, that they thought it was a bit too powerful to give you 2 cards when your creature died, because you could combine it with a sack outlet, or you don't care about getting into combat. So they decided to give it a toughness penalty of -1 to make it more fair. But unfortunately, now every time you put it on a 1/1 token, you're just drawing 2 cards because it automatically dies. So it actually, that's too good. So what I'm getting at is a lot of combos rely on sacrificing creatures. And we want to be able to do that at no cost. Yeah. There are sack outlets that require you to pay mana to do it. There are sack outlets that require you to tap to do it. But there are some that require no payment whatsoever. But there's not that many of them. And that is why they get expensive. There's not a lot of sack outlets that are truly free to do.
Yeah, and specifically, they're not reprinting them
Yeah.
very often, if at
Yeah.
all, right? Some of them, and you're not, generally speaking. I mean, we have a different idea for a show, for a vlog next time that kind of touches on this, but it's the design like mentality nowadays is to not make those things. So these things have been printed, and like generally, like they might even get a reprint, but you're not getting new versions of these things. You're not getting a new Astronaut's Altar where you get to free sack something and get one colorless mana. Like that's not even a thing, right? So
Right. And so like if we're going to substitute then, if we're going to say like, okay, I don't want to buy these expensive cards, I'm going to use different cards to kind of also do the job. Well, now you're looking at extra combo pieces, right?
Yeah.
So I need an extra thing to do part A. I need an extra thing for part B. Maybe I need 3 cards to do what one of these expensive cards did on its own. Now we need more pieces. So now we're back to the square one where now we need more tutors, or we just need to be less reliable. We've made the deck worse by not having a free sack outlet.
yeah, it's and sack outlets are not even always the thing, right? Sometimes it'll just be some extremely low mana cost, or like an activated ability that's, you know, something that we're just like, we just don't make this anymore, because like we don't make an activated ability that costs 0 anymore, right? Like yeah, or like some sort of thing where you can, you know, the other thing that does this a lot is if a new card will get printed and they didn't look to see that like it, you know, it combos off specifically with something else, and then that card that's never going to get printed again goes up in price like crazy, and then all of a sudden you're talking about, if you want to assemble this combo with this new card, now you're going to have to look back and grab this old card, which has skyrocketed in price.
Yeah, I think a great example is there's an enchantment aura that goes on artifacts. I think it's called Power Artifact. That's also a
Yes.
reserve list, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
But the whole notion is like things that untap artifacts for the cost of mana alone can be attached to things like Grim Monolith or Basalt Monolith, and you can untap those artifacts cheaper than it costs to activate the thing that untaps them. So we're back to the same thing again. That's a way to get infinite mana. So like the cards that enable that become very expensive. So yeah, these are just numerous reasons that combo decks get so expensive. So like again, like Altar of Dementia, that's the card that you get to sack a creature and mill someone based on their toughness. That card is $2 right now, approximately at the time of this recording, because it was just reprinted in Modern Horizons. So I think that's the cheapest kind of free sack outlet you can get, and I will run that if I don't care whatsoever about mill. Right, like that card is not. I mean, it can be for mill if that's your strategy, but that's a free sack outlet. I truly believe Commander players would run a 0 mana artifact that just has the text "sacrifice a creature," nothing happens.
Well, see, this is the thing. A 0 mana artifact is that's
Okay,
like,
okay, what are we talking? What would you run a 1 mana artifact
Yeah,
that says
it's-
"sacrifice a creature," nothing happens?
I think if it costs 1, that's worse, right? So you're
It's
talking
worse
about
than 0.
Yeah. So like, if let's make it like not some weird thing that you can go infinite with and just play like
Sure.
0 mana or whatever.
Sure.
So it
Yeah,
costs
I don't.
one.
I don't want to break a new. I don't want to create a new problem by solving an old one.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 1 mana artifact that just says sacrifice a creature. Would you run that in something?
Heck yeah, because I'm a budget player, right? Like
Yeah,
I would
think
love
you need to
to
be a
not.
budget player. Like you need to not be willing to spend the money on the ones that already exist.
That's the thing. Like I would love to knock $5-10 off of the price of a deck and just replace what like Ash or not Ashnod's Altar. Ashnod's Altar is always very expensive because that one nets you mana. They will never give us that option again. But
Yeah.
but like Altar of Dementia has an effect I don't care about, and I still run it. It's a 2 mana artifact that effectively says sacrifice a creature, nothing happens, quote unquote.
You can still get the Ashnod's Altar Chronicles version for like $5.
Great.
Which
That's
is
the
like-
low one.
That seems to be the low one, which is
But
yeah.
but right, that's the low one for now.
I mean, unless you're talking about the World Championship deck, which is $375, but those are impossible to find.
Anyway,
at any rate,
my point remains.
Yes,
Cheap sack outlets that don't do anything to further your game plan beyond being part of a combo are very valuable.
Yes, extremely valuable. Yeah. So print print them more, please.
Yeah,
Wizards Plus.
I mean, Wizards Plus. We can close up this topic, I think. But like, what I'm not. This is a whole other topic. But like, these cards don't get printed anywhere but Commander precons. So like, if they're not in these ones, like, we got to wait for something like Modern Horizons and the like to get more of them.
Yeah, and that if you're looking to put these combo decks together for any kind of cheap price, like, you're going to be looking to the Commander reprints and to Modern Horizons and to these reprint sets. So, which that in of themselves, the reprint sets especially have like a higher cost to buy into, right? Like if you're looking to buy packs and stuff like that. So,
oh my gosh, yeah. Like I don't want to get into that in this vlog, but like those master sets are always priced way higher than regular boosters, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. Wait for the singles as always, and just be like, just try and be ready to snatch up the deal when you see it. That's the best you can kind of hope for. And you can also listen to shows like this, which are going to be highlighting cheaper combos and more affordable versions of things, and that will help your wallet as well. Okay, well, that's a good topic there, Sean. Again, if you guys like the show, hit subscribe or check out our Patreon at patreon.com/commandersbrew. But otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Big thanks to all our patrons who make these episodes possible.
Yeah, and if you want to check out more comedy videos, check out our Brews News playlist.
Make sure you follow us on Twitch TV to see when we play live.
If you want to chat with us, head over to Twitter. We're at CommandersBrew.
And please hit subscribe to ding the bell and find out when we got new stuff coming out.
See you next time.
Bye.